You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and welcome to another review. Today's review will be a little bit different, as it's my first ever CD review. And as the title of the video implies, today I'm reviewing The Legends of Devilman. The Legends of Devilman is an obscure CD that contains several original songs, which are inspired by the various mangas in the Devilman franchise, as well as the first 7 tracks, including what they call a sound movie, and what others call an audio drama. Let's start out with the audio drama itself. Now, I don't speak a word of Japanese, but due to the context and the few words I did understand, I was able to actually pretty much understand all of the audio drama. I was actually genuinely surprised. Now granted, it's basically just a retelling of the Devilman story, so that helped, because I already know the story, because I've read the manga and I've seen various interpretations of it. But the voice acting is really good in it. It also has a very good soundtrack that plays during it, and a good ambience with lots of cool sound effects, creepy atmosphere. They did a really good job with it. Now granted, there were a few moments I wasn't exactly sure what was going on, because of course I don't speak Japanese, but I understood the character names, I understood quite a few words, more than I thought I would, honestly. I guess watching all that anime pays off. But anyway, the audio drama itself is really good, and if you speak Japanese, I'm sure it's even better than it is for someone like myself who only was able to understand stuff contextually. Now let's get on to the music tracks. So to start with, for the music tracks, the titles of the tracks, I'm going to be going off a list from someone's Amazon review. I may be inaccurate with some of these because, unfortunately, he has put them in a different order than the track listing on the CD. And the way I can tell that is because he puts the sound movie at the end. I'll throw up a screenshot here of the actual picture of his listing, but I'll do my best. The first actual track before the sound movie is The Legends of Devilman. And The Legends of Devilman itself, as far as I can tell, acts as a opening to the actual sound movie, which, according to this list, the sound movie itself is called Armageddon of Devilman. Now let's hear a short clip from that intro song. Then we get what's simply called a bonus track, and from what I can tell isn't actually listed on this guy's review, but it is there, and I've heard it on the CD. I think it's just one of the instrumentals from the actual sound movie, isolated to be on its own, but it's really cool. Let's have a listen. After the bonus track, we have one that I'm sure more people have heard than most of the others, because this one is the only one, as far as I know, that has actually been uploaded to YouTube, and that's Violent Jack Jackholic. Now, on the back of the CD and on this guy's review, it is spelled Jack space Holic, whereas the YouTube version is spelled Jack Oholic. But it's pretty cool. It's a Violent Jack-based song, so let's have a listen to that as well. The next track is simply called Dante, and as the name implies, is based on Demon Lord Dante, or Mao Dante as it's known in the original Japanese. Let's have a quick listen. After that, we have something called Isokinetic, which is based off a manga called Mayako no Senshi, which I'm not familiar with, so there you go. Next up, we have a song called ID from a manga called Susame-chan Daishock, which again, I am not familiar with. Next up, we have a song called Sutini, which is for Shootin' Doji, which is again something I am familiar with, so I'm glad I finally recognize something again. Next up, we have Wall from Susanoo Densetsu, which is something I have heard of, but have never actually read and am not too familiar with, but I do know it follows the Susanoo legend, which is very popular in Japan. Next is one that we should all be at least somewhat familiar with if you're a Devilman fan. It's a remix of Devilman no Yuta, which is the original 70s series Devilman theme, which was later remixed into Crybaby. But apparently, between those two versions, there was also a middle version, making the Crybaby version actually the third version of that song, and this one the second. And finally, we have a remix of the original ending theme to Devilman, Kyo Medokaka de Devilman. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that, and this is, as far as I know, the only remix of the original 70s ending theme, which I thought was pretty cool. And that's pretty much all of them. Now, there were 2 additional bonus tracks, but they were just instrumentals of the 2 previous tracks. So in conclusion, I would say that Legends of Devilman is a great obscure soundtrack for Devilman, containing an audio drama retelling of the Devilman story, or specifically probably the final chapters of it. I'm sure if you speak Japanese, that's even better than it was for me, as I said before. But regardless, I think either way, this is a great thing to add to any Devilman fan's collection. I certainly am glad I bought it, and I know you will be too, if you're a big fan of Devilman. It also had some songs for some more obscure Go Nagai mangas, such as Shootin' Doji, which I was already familiar with, and then a couple others I hadn't even heard of. So yeah, I'd say this is a great thing to add to any Go Nagai fan's collection. Anyway, this has been Fugitive Red Eye. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and have a great rest of the day.
Subscribe to Fugitive Red Eye.